Russell Domingo, the worst fisherman I know.
Yeah, Dal, I haven't been doing much fishing. But yeah, I've just come back from Barbados, caught a few tarpon, so nice to be back in Africa.
Probably one of my favorite places.
No, it is pretty cool, and good fishing, so. But nice to be back home. You still can't beat Africa.
No, this is the best country in the world.
100%.
And we have probably one of the best T20 competitions in the world happening on our shore.
Yeah, it's amazing. When you look at the sort of excitement that it's sort of garnished over the last couple of years, and you look at the players that are on auction, the players that have been bought, I mean, it's proper. We're very happy. Obviously, not having Aiden is a big blow for us because he's led the side so well over the last 3 years, and we tried by all means to try and keep him. We sort of played our right to match card. We just couldn't match what Durban threw him, unfortunately, else we'd have been severely hampered with the rest of our campaign. But I mean, you've got to pay tribute to Aiden. He's led the side fantastic over the last 3 years, and it's going to be tough for a guy like Tristan Stubbs, who's probably going to captain the side now, to sort of follow in those footsteps. But Aiden's really set a good platform to sort of run the ship now.
But one of the things that I thought you did beautifully was when Aiden's name came up, what was it, 12 million or something? You
Straight away.
You know, you think there's already a record, and you think,
no,
that's it, we want him.
We want him, and then we were hoping, go 12.5, we can take him at 12.5. But then they went 14, and it was like, it's a little bit too much, because it left us with maybe 6 for another 14 players or 13 players, which is really tough. So look, he's going to be missed, but the game goes on.
Absolutely.
We've got to focus on what we've got now, and I think we've got a really good squad of players.
But what I think you guys did beautifully is you missed Aiden, and you were quickly able with your backup player to replace that. You got Bretsky. You know, where some of the other teams, they were bidding for Brevis, they were bidding for an Aiden Markram, and they didn't quite pick up that next best player. I thought you guys did that fantastically well.
And we snuck in with, one of the best players because they had Quinton de Kock. We were anticipating spending more than that, so we're ecstatic to have Quinton. We're looking for a left-hand opener with the likes of him, Jordan, in the mix, and to get Quinton there was he wants to have his best ever. So him and Johnny Bairstow, Jordan in the mix is a fantastic sort of top 3 for us.
Well, one of the things that I think I've really enjoyed Sunrise do all the seasons is they've kept that continuity of local as lacquer. You know,
Yeah.
You've got all the King brothers are there. It feels like all your players live a kilometre and a half away from St. George's Park.
They probably do.
They're saving the Sunrise essentially get money because they don't have to stay at the hotel. They literally all go home, and they the best players that the country has to offer.
Yeah, look, we obviously another disappointing one for us was not being able to retain Auden Bartman, who's done so well. But look, I think if you go to St. George's Park, the people sort of know the players, and they know where they live, and they see them in the shopping centre, and they walk past them on the beach. So that's the pretty cool thing about Port Elizabeth, and we've tried to keep it try and maintain the squad that we've had, because we've been successful over the last 3 years, winning it twice and getting to a final. To try and keep the nucleus of that place together. So the Stubbs, you think of Jordan Herman. So a lot of players that have played for us, Patrick Kruger, we sort of retained. Nice to have Anrich Nokia back. He lives around the corner. If you can get him firing, bowling at 145 clicks, he's a handful.
So it's one of the questions I was going to ask you is to say, finally Sunrisers, they've had fantastic bowlers. Throughout those 3 seasons, I think they've had the best bowling lineup. You see Marco Janssen in the top wickets. Dan Worrell was in the fantastic year 2. Last year there was somebody else. Phil Bartmus does fantastically well. But now you've got some pace. You've actually got some real pace now. Adam Milne, Anrich Nokia, Marco Janssen.
Also on the back of that, having Ludus Pamela Bayer, Swanepoel, 2 of the best domestic bowlers around the country, gives us really good depth. And they know how to bowl under those conditions. Bayers has played a lot of cricket there. Ludus played a lot for the Warriors before he moved up the lines. He's another PE boy. So I think we've got a lot of good bases covered. Obviously, Marco's MVP the last year or 2, left arm, so nice option. So we're really, really happy with the sort of balance that we've been able to put together. I mean, you look at all the squads, they've all got some world class.
Fantastic players.
And anybody on the day can beat anybody. I mean, look at Durban, look at Mumbai, look at the batting lineups. You're going to go to Paul, they've got some world class spinners. It's going to be a handful. So, in this format, anything's possible, but we've sort of done well, and we've sort of got something going, and we sort of know how to plan our conditions. So hopefully we'll be there and thereabouts.